Hey, Dated. Yeah, I'm just randomly going live tonight. I didn't post it anywhere, but my house is somewhat quiet now, so I figured I'd get a little bit of sewing done. And how are you tonight? I'm good. Finally starting to get into the relaxing part of sewing again. My amazing group of testers is almost done with the new pattern. They've got a few more days to knock any more out if they want to. And then probably about a week after that, I'll be able to release it. And they've been making some amazing bags, so I'm excited. I even have a couple of people making it out of leather, which is, I've never seen any of my patterns done in leather before, so that will be interesting to see. Thank you. They're actually about a week due for replacement. I've just been busy and lazy. Oh, geez. See, it's been a while. I didn't even finish making my marks. Had my nose in Photoshop and Microsoft Word for so long, I've practically forgotten how to do anything else. Yes, a new pattern that should have come out at the beginning of the year, but I had a lot of stuff happen that just kept setting it back. Finally, I just sat down one day and was like, I am going to finish this because it's been almost half a year since I said it was going to be out. Because I started writing the pattern back in December. And it just never happened, so. Ugh. I decided to put all of my big rolls of DST on this thing, and it's proven to be more of a pain than anything. Ugh. So I'm just going to pull this off of here. Early. I wish I was early, but this pattern, this is a big one. It's massive. Biggest bag I've ever designed. And I have an add-on pack that I'm currently working on for it because my testers voted and decided that I should have the add-ons separately because the pattern itself is massive. So splitting it up seemed the ideal way to go. My screen looks really bright on my computer. Is it washed out for you too? Yeah, let me try to adjust it. Looks good on my camera, but I just noticed. And hello, Angela. All right, let me see if I can fix this here. There's a little bit. Is that better? I think that's a little bit better. Oh, wow, that's still pretty bright. I bet you it has everything to do with the brand new LED that I just mounted above my table today. It is bright. I'll have to mess with my settings before I go live again. I have these 4-foot shop lights that I used to have when my studio was in the basement. And those lights were just as bright, except they were probably about 2 feet higher than what this one is. Well, no, probably closer to 3 or 4 feet higher. So this one is literally like a head taller than me when I sit here. So it's really close to the machine. Hey, Melissa. Took you long enough. I was wondering if you were checking your messages or not. I figured everybody went to bed and it's nice and quiet, except for the dog water fountain thing that's making noise saying that it needs to be refilled. So I figured I got 2 bags and 2 wallets to sew. I may as well just go live. Should have waited till last to do the crossbody strap, but when have I ever done anything that made sense? Yeah, it's really bright. Oh sure, blame it on the plants. It is really bright because as I was just saying that I put a new LED light above my machine because somebody, Melissa, was complaining about how dark it was when I took a picture the other day. And so the shop lights that I had in the basement, I tried mounting one on this table. I don't know if you can see it from here. I don't think you can, but right here, I've got this bar that goes across the entire table. So it has 2 pipes that come up on either side and then a bar that meets across the top. And I had hung one of my shop lights on there, but the sewing table is 4 feet wide. The shop light is 4 feet wide. The poles are just under 4 feet wide. So it was either angle the light so that it blinds me if I look up, or angle the light so that it points away from the machine and then I don't get the benefit of the light. So I decided I would just buy some new lights. And so I found some 3-foot lights. It only took me a week to find them on Amazon. Hung them up today, and they are way too close to my machine. I actually just adjusted the camera a little bit so that it darkened, but I darkened it as far as I could with the setting I was messing with. And so today we get washout, and next time I will fix it ahead of time. But at least I can see, which is important. Yes, this is absolutely Melissa's fault because I can't remember what I was trying to show you. I took a picture and I sent it to you, and you said something about how dark it was, and normally when I go live, it's nice and bright. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't have my shop lights up. And so I tried to put them up and they didn't fit. However, Um, I've been talking to my husband, and if we can get rid of the pool table, excuse me, if we can get rid of the pool table and figure out a way to make sure that water's not going to come leaking down onto my stuff, I am more than willing to move back downstairs. Even though the space is a lot smaller, it was comfortable and everything had a place and it was easy for me to function down there. And it was a lot more cozy and a lot quieter. I didn't smell things when they were being cooked. I didn't have dogs constantly running down there. And I mean, you spend 3 years in one spot, you kind of get comfy. Oh, I was looking at that mini duffel because I wanted to do sort of a Boston bag style, but I decided not to. I decided the safer option would be to just pick patterns that I know, patterns that I've done before, so that I don't run into anything crazy and not have the time to deal with it. And I've made a few Blanche barrel bags before, so I don't know if you had heard previously. I was gone at therapy with my son when my daughter called me frantically saying that for some reason the dishwasher had overflowed. And she's like, there's water everywhere. The hardwood planks are coming up. When I step on the floor, it's squishy. And I was like, okay, well, I'm, like 20 miles away. I can't really do much. I'm on my way home. And I said, did you check the basement? And she's like, no. And then she goes down to check the basement and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And water had seeped out from the kitchen floor directly down onto my cutting table and all over everything that was on it, all over the floor. And this was not the first time we've had a leak down there from that area. So I just decided, as much as I've invested into all of my sewing stuff, I would rather just move the entire room and not run the risk of destroying everything. And luckily for me, earlier in that day before we had left the house, I had decided it was time to clean my cutting table. So I had cleaned about 80% of the stuff off of the table and had not yet put it back. So all of the fabric was moved. All of my hardware, oh my God, I had like 7 or 8 bins of bulk hardware wide open, not in plastic bags or anything, just wide open, sitting in their containers right smack dab in the center of the table, which is exactly where the leak hit first. So we opted to move my studio up into the family room, which wasn't even being used, and then move the family room downstairs. And then I also kicked my husband out of his workout room and made him move his workout stuff downstairs. So I now have the entire family room is my sewing studio, and his former workout room is now my office. And while I like having the two of them separated and being able to spread out more, I miss being in the basement. I'd rather go back down to the cramped space. But the pool table, there's a massive slate pool table down there that the previous owners left behind. When we had our house inspection, our inspector said that he found evidence of mice in the walls. And we complained about it and said, you guys got to get someone out there to make sure that they're no longer living in the house. And fix anything that they destroyed. And they're like, tell you what, how about instead of us doing that, we'll just leave you the pool table. And it's a nice pool table. It's very expensive, probably retails for around $4,000 to $5,000. But we don't use it. We've never used it. Our kids messed around on it when we first bought the house, and then it just sat there unused, taking up a crap ton of space. And when I moved my studio down there, when I finally had enough crap to take over that large of a space, I didn't know what to do with it. So I took some plywood and spread them out over the pool table, and it became my cutting table. And I am 5'8", and bending over a pool table for anything other than playing pool is not comfortable or ideal. So I want it gone. At this point, I'm ready to take a chainsaw to it. I just want it out of my house. And if that thing disappears, I will be more than willing to move back downstairs to my nice, small, cozy basement. Jealous of my height? If you're shorter than me, I'll trade with you. Because I would rather be shorter. My mom was 5'4", and I believe my daughter is either 5'4" or 5'5". And I would love to be a few inches shorter. But it's kind of funny, though, because a lot of the places in this house are too tall for me to reach. And I don't like ladders. That's okay. Still probably better than what I'm working with. Imagine me in high school. Super tall goth kid. Only goth kid of all my friends who could not wear platform boots. Well, I mean, I suppose I could. And I did a couple of times, but way too tall. And I'm clumsy. So, my balance was off. But I've never loved being so tall. And I have it all working against me in my genetics because every single man in my mother's family that I'm related to by blood I think the shortest one is like 6'5". And then my biological father was also over 6 feet tall. So I'm lucky I stopped at 5'8". We'll just put it that way. Ugh, I don't even like stepping on stools. I'm definitely not a fan of heights. So when my husband's not around and I have to climb on a countertop to get something, I'd rather wait till he gets home. All right, there's that one. I guess I've got the boring stuff started. Might as well finish it, right? I used to love making handles. Now I'm over it. Do not run out of ink. Hey, Nicole. I'm surprised to see you. Thought you'd be in bed by now. Oh, wait, no. See, there I go again. You are West Coast. I'll get it one day. I promise. Yeah, it's 11:04 here. But I got a quiet house. So I figured I would get some stuff done. Actually, this is part of a strike that was due today, but I guess we've got a little bit more time. So I want to at least get the big one done. Whoops. I've got this one, which is the Blanche barrel bag. And then I've got, oh my God, an everyday tote, I think. That's the big one, right? The everyday? Or is it which one's the pouch one? I can't remember. By the way, I used to play with these as a kid because I thought they were fun. This is now my best friend by my sewing machine. I have grabbers in a few places in my studio because I'm old and my knees hate me and I don't like bending over. I'm so lazy. Good enough. Hello, Rory. Oh God, the grabbers are so handy. And the ones that I have, oh, this makes it even better. They have these little magnets on the ends. So if I drop a rivet off the end of my table, all I do is set it on top and pick it up. I also keep this guy at my machine. It's got a flashlight and it's one of the periscope magnets. I've got lots of lazy tools. And that one didn't go all the way down. Let me get that. One of these days, I'm going to get off my lazy butt and do a my favorite tools video because I am constantly being asked about or showing off my handy dandy tools. And I have not done any of my learning things or tool videos in a long time. I definitely need to get on that. Oh, did you? Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't going to link it because it was so late, but oh well. I'm a genius for the grabber and the periscope magnet. I like little gadgets. I have some pretty damn cool stuff that a lot of people wouldn't think to use, so I need to do that. I'm also planning on doing a sewing room tour, I guess. Even though everything is still in a disarray state. But I don't know, I guess it would be a good way to show off a lot of this stuff because I've noticed that when people do sewing room tours, it's not just this is my room, this is my machine, this is where I keep my vinyl. I see people who are actually going in and showing off their tools and where they keep specific things. And I mean, I guess it's a good way to stretch out a video. I'll get there. I've got a whiteboard up in my office with a whole list of videos that I need to get done. And that also includes, you want to see how slacky I am. I still have not done an official tutorial for the Back Company wallet. Beth is the one that currently has the official tutorial on her channel because I just was not able, because I had stuff going on. Plus, I was also releasing the Just Checking checkbook cover that same weekend. And I don't think I will ever run 2 patterns at the same time again because that was just crazy. Even though they were both, minimal patterns compared to the other stuff that I've done. Oh God, the new pattern, I'm going to have to try and figure out a way to do the video, the tutorial in like an hour. Batman of sewing gadgets. I'd rather be Inspector Gadget. I wish my nails would just flick out screwdrivers and crap. That would be fun. Who needs to sponsor? I don't have any sponsors because I don't do that. I buy all of my stuff. Oh God. I know that Amber, the crafty reporter, is going to be doing a video. She's going to do a tutorial. So there's one. I don't know if Beth is going to do one this time. She hasn't mentioned it, so I don't think she is. But if she does, that one will be listed as well. And then, of course, I have to have the official one from me because, that makes sense. I still feel weird not having the Back Company wallet tutorial on my channel. And I've been asked about it. So I need to get that done. So maybe what I'll do timeline-wise is once I get my strikes done, I will do the tutorial for the new bag, and then I will immediately jump into doing the Back Company wallet tutorial. And then I can get back to the add-on stuff. Sewing gadgets from Harbor Freight, huh? I'm sorry, I'm like jumping all over in the comments back and forth. Yay, ADHD. Who are you barking at? Who are you barking at? Who are you barking at? What? Come here. Come here, psycho. Come here. Hi, I'm live. This is Kiva. She's the one making all the noise. You're stepping on my stuff. Go see Ori. Go see her. You little stinker. Go upstairs. God. Making you wait for add-ons. Please, I've been teasing you for months, as you said, with the pattern. So you can wait like a week or 2 for add-ons. Yep, she is one of the Pomeranians that we have. We had her first, and we acquired her sister a few months ago. And they are practically twins. Her sister's name is Saoirse, and yes, it is the original spelling. And she's, I guess, slightly older. Definitely more dominant, a lot more mean. But Kiva's a little psycho. Hi. You are a little psycho, aren't you? One of her nicknames is Psycho Tornado because she likes to spin a lot when she gets really excited. Okay, I needed to stop and think for a second here. I have to remember which bag that I'm making. Because, yeah, I've got the new pattern on my mind and not trying to do those kinds of anchors. I'm doing handles. Keep in mind I'm doing handles, not anchors, handles. He's protesting. He is protesting. What he's protesting, I don't know. Oh God, these are crooked as all hell. Hey, can you do me a favor and fill the dog water a bit, please? Because that sound is really annoying. Like, you don't have to fill it up all the way, but just add enough water so that it stops the vibration humming thing. Please. Thank you. God, I'm over here chanting handles, handles, handles in my head. What can you blame him? He likes tasting that stuff. Just wait. He's going to run you through the ringer when he gets older. There's one. Oh God, thank you. That sound is so annoying. All right. Now, where's my foot? Yeah, absolutely it does. And it's very annoying too. Very, very annoying. Ooh, some other fun little gadgets that I got. Everybody knows how much I like my magnets. I found these ones on Amazon. And I just really liked the color. But they're so cool because they've got a ruler on them, but I don't use it. I don't know how accurate it is. But if you look on the underside, you've got all of these different like ledges. So you can have your fabric butted up against there, and the little ledge will like lean over your fabric to prevent it from popping up, which actually comes in handy during straps and stuff like that. But I didn't set them up this time, which is why I'm using my hand instead. Definitely worth getting. They are very strong and they don't shift very easily. Here, I'll set them up. The ones that I got came in a 4-pack. So let's see here. Like that. Ugh. And like that. Very strong. Oops, I need to add more oil. Can't see what I'm doing. Ugh! Jeez. Very strong. Ugh. Okay. Come on. Apparently need to sharpen my snips. One thing that I do love about being in this room is that I get to see my fish tank from here. I've got a 54-gallon corner tank, and we now have some. I got rid of 54 Corridoras, 54 Panda Corridoras because they bred like crazy. And then I completely broke down and redid my tank. I put 8 Corys back. And then I also got 3 bristle-nosed plecos, 2 red racer stir-by snails, and 9 tetras. And then I also got, God, I keep wanting to call them clownfish. They're not clownfish. Blood parrots. I got 2 blood parrots. And those blood parrots are freaking cowards. They hide. They only come out when they can't see anybody in the room. So when I'm sitting at my machine, they're in the far corner. They can't see me above all of my sewing stuff here. So I can actually catch a glimpse of them when the aquarium lights are on. So that's always fun. Let me catch up here. Foldable portable workbench, like one of those cutting table ones that has the cutting mat on the top. Yes, there is the magical lubricant that I tell everybody to get. I will say the price has gone up by like $5 or $6 since the first time I used it. You know, thanks inflation. But even so, even at like $12 a bottle, it's worth it. My first bottle took me over a year to go through. And this one, I think I popped open almost a year ago. And let's see here. That's how much I have left. So I use it a lot. And I've used a very minuscule amount of it. It goes a very long way. Oh, mechanics table. And yes, that is the lubricant that I told you to get. The professional thread lubricant, as it's called. Oh, okay. Now I get to use the mini clips, as I call them now, because I don't use them that often anymore. But I'm also using tape because I use tape for everything. And it feels like it's been forever since I've done piping. My God, I think I've made a total of like 6 bags since I've been up here. And I haven't done piping on any of them yet. I wasn't going to do it on this one, but I said, why the hell not? I don't make barrel bags very often. But it feels weird to sew in here. And I look up and I can see, like, if anybody's downstairs, I can see everything. If they're sitting there eating breakfast, I can see the back of their heads. If they're cooking, I can see it. Dogs are always up there making noise. They're quiet now because everybody else is in bed. The stuff for my piping? Oh, the yeah. This is welt fill cording. And I don't know how well I can get a good shot. It's like, yeah, where is the camera? It's pretty much like a foam cord. I don't know how well that's gonna, oh my God. But you can see it's just like, it's solid. It's not hollow. It's like a very dense foam. And I've never had any issues like stitching through it or anything, which is what I love. When it comes to doing rope, I always accidentally stitch right into the rope because you can't tell where it is when you've got a thicker fabric. So I prefer the welt fill cording. Welt fill cording. Ugh. And I buy it from Amazon. I think I have it listed on my website with a link. I might not. I know there's a link to it in my piping video. And I've also noticed that a lot of people have been watching my tube handles video lately. Seems like thick handles are in currently. I actually just did 2 bags with tube handles recently. But I have to redo them because I rushed them and I messed them up. Oh, Nicole, you need to definitely start up a channel. What would you do on it? Just sewing stuff? Or are you going to do like baking and gardening stuff too? You going to do lives, or what kind of stuff would you put on there? Yeah, it's a dense foam. It's not plastic. Hey, Kim. You just climbed into bed, huh? I'm kind of jealous. But I decided to do this last minute because technically this is part of a strike that was due today. But I guess everybody's running behind, so I figured I'd just pop on live because I haven't done it in forever. I didn't realize you were going live yesterday. Nicole had messaged me, but I had Messenger closed. And I was watching a Halloween hunting video. So I wasn't getting any of my notifications or messages until like after that ended, which I believe ended after yours. I don't know what the hell is up with YouTube either, because it does not, even if I have like the notification thing turned on, it does not tell me anything. The Halloween hunting video that I was watching yesterday, it told me that she went live about 30 minutes before her live ended, and she was live for 4 hours. And I had just happened to open YouTube and saw that she was live, which is literally the only reason why I even knew about it. Yes, definitely do lives when you start your channel, because that'll give Melissa something to do. I've been trying to encourage Melissa to go live too, but she won't. So maybe everybody should start pressing her to go live, to start up a channel and go live. Thank you. I need to redo them. I was actually thinking about doing something similar, but in red next time. I'm normally really boring and just do one flat color, but I ordered a pack of green gel polish and decided to play with it, and I liked it. So even though it's messy, I still like it, and I didn't go and pay somebody $150 at a nail salon to do that. So oh God, don't even get me started on notifications as a whole. I get Facebook notifications like a day later. Like yesterday, I got notification about something that, what was it? It was something that Liz posted on the 4th of July. And it said the notification was 15 minutes old. So I don't know what the hell's going on anywhere, but notifications are just completely pointless now at this point. I just realized that my daughter totally kidnapped Kiva. Like took her upstairs and then closed the gate so she couldn't even come back down. She probably took her up to her room. I need to update my piping video. A lot of people, and even in my piping video, I said it too, that you want to get your stitches right up against the piping, whatever you've got inserted in your piping. And this doesn't apply to faux piping, but typically you want to get your stitches right up there. But I have found that if you do that, and if you don't get a tight enough final stitch when you're putting it between the layers, you'll be able to see that stitching. So now when I do piping, I only baste it together so that whenever I do the tight stitching, if I can't get it in super tight, it's not going to show those extra stitches. That's just ugly. Do not like. Let me catch up here. Oh, I still have a Lauren cut out too. It's good that you finished yours. I need to finish mine at some point, eventually. I'm sure I will. I actually bought a stand that I keep kind of behind my machines now that has 5 drawers, and I can cut out all of my projects and put them in there. And if they're in there, then they are in queue to be sewn. I'm getting a little bit tired of having a gazillion different project bins all over, because I buy those big ones that are like 5 inches deep and they take up a lot of space. And then they don't get sewn. And my center marks are not even lined up here. What the hell? I am currently working on a Blanche barrel bag by Swoon. And it is part of a strike that was due today. But I guess everybody's running behind. So I've got this one, and then I've got, oh God, which one is it? Is it the everyday tote? Let me look. Which one? Who was it? I think bag stock. Was it the sunshine? No, I think it's an everyday tote that I've got cut out. So I've got the Blanche barrel bag, the sunshine, or no, everyday tote rather. How do I keep confusing those? They're not even close to the same. And then I've got 2 Ymir wallets that I will be doing. I am trying my damnedest to actually use up an entire roll of vinyl all at once to see if that's something that I can do and not have a huge collection of partially used rolls. One of these days, I'm going to do a destash and get rid of a bunch of those. But in the meantime, I'm trying not to accumulate more. So that'll be fun. I normally keep them around just in case somebody else wants something made with them, but I want to try and shrink down my collection as much as possible, which is kind of hard when you really like everything and you don't want to get rid of it. So we shall see what happens. You had you had to look through the messages. Did you look for the screenshot that I sent of my previous message? I get forgetful. This is what happens when I spend, oh, that is not close enough. When I spend hours and days in Photoshop not sewing, I forget what I've made in the past. Yeah, that one's showing too. My cut marks are popping out. I will say though, the joy of working on a new pattern gives me the luxury of being able to watch other people sew and not have to cut anything out myself. However, and I know some of you are pattern makers too, one of the downsides to creating your own patterns is that you have to cut out your pattern a bazillion times to test it before you can have other people test it. So getting to sit and work in Photoshop while watching other people sew has been quite enjoyable. Downside though is if you do it long enough, you forget about everything else. I feel like I'm relearning how to sew. And part of it sucks because I'm sitting here watching all the testers kicking out all these awesome looking bags. And I can't go and sew one right now. And that is because I'm still working on bits for the add-on. So I can't really just sit and sew. So this is actually kind of fun and relaxing, especially the fact that my house is quiet. Oh, I need to switch my foot again. Because I suck at top stitching. The heck? Hey, look who's here. Yes, my house is quiet. So quiet right now. Literally, the only sounds that I can hear are the cars driving by outside and my fish tank. Everybody else is upstairs. Leave me alone. Normally, this particular barrel bag has side anchors for the crossbody, but I decided, screw that. I don't feel like doing that. Plus, I decided that I'm going to use metal anchors on this one instead of the stitched ones. Because, oh my God, when I tell you how much work goes into the anchors on the new pattern. Oh my God. Melissa, you said you timed yours to what? An hour and a half on just the anchors alone? Okay. The anchors are freaking amazing. I do love the way they come together, but they will give you a workout. And it was a last minute adjustment that I do not regret. The whole bag will give you a workout, honestly. And it's the biggest one I've ever done. And I've already promised that I will not make any more bags at that size unless I do a soft body duffel bag. And one of the testers keeps asking me to design a coffin shaped duffel bag. Coffins really aren't my thing, but I'm debating. I'd rather have all the bats. And there will be more bats. Well, as long as I'm not putting anybody in the hospital. But it is definitely a beast of a bag. Designed with multiple electronics in mind. So that thing has got a crap ton of protection. All right, should I continue on with the exterior or let's do the lining. I want to get the pockets done. Oh, real quick, I should probably attach the foam to these. Otherwise, I will forget. I am notorious for forgetting to attach foam to things until the very end, and then I end up gluing everything together. Oh, God. Tell me it was just like a needle stick. Because if you're missing a finger, I don't know. I might have to plan a trip to Cali to come and kick your ass. Oh, I can hear that bobbing. I will say this is my first time making this pattern in the small version. I love big bags, so doing this one is a little weird. Which one's the... Okay. Oh, God. My husband does that. Like, he'll be doing something, and then I'll look at his hand and just randomly find, like, blood all over it. And I'll just be like, what did you do? And he'll be like, I don't know. Grab the wrong damn pen. I hate these things. Those heat friction pens. They work really well, but yeah, maybe I'll do that anyway. At least I won't get the ink everywhere. God, they're annoying. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I did not even pick out any zipper pulls. All right, let me go grab my zippers. That is one thing I definitely do not like about this room, is that in the basement, all of my zipper pulls were on the wall directly behind me. All I had to do was turn around and grab one. So let's see here. I'm surprised I don't have a lot more silver. All right. Let me see here. I'm going to let you guys pick because I got a few options here. Just kind of lay them out here. Yeah, I'll just lay them out this way. It'd be easier to see them all. All right, so I got one that is a razor blade, one that says hand fucking made, one that is just one of my go-to basics, and one that is a bloody knife, but enamel. I don't know if you guys see that very well. And this would be for the main zipper. So I will do 2 of whatever you guys pick. And then I'll just use basic pulls on the inside, I think. So the vinyl is all these killers. Oh, here, I'll show the vinyl first. All right, so that's the vinyl. We got Hannibal Lecter, we got Jigsaw, Freddy, and Jason. And the pull options again, if I can figure out how to use my camera. So razor blade, hand fucking made, basic pull, or enamel knife. And I will catch up on chat. You know what? We thrive on chaos, so bring it on. I'm just really excited to see what you guys do. I'm super excited. Like, I can't even contain it right now. Next to them. Oh, I thought, okay, hold on. Ugh. God, this is all greasy. Got to clean off the basic one because it's dirty. All right, let's try it this way. If I tilt it too much, it'll fall. Yeah, see, starting to fall. Movement. Knife. Okay. That will be the last of my knives. I've got like some really cool enamel guitars that I need to use. I'm planning on doing an Eddie bag. I've been planning on doing an Eddie bag for over a year. Let's see. I'll do that on the inside. Because I know with Stranger Things coming out, people are going to start doing more Stranger Things stuff again. And I did not jump on the bandwagon the first time. And didn't really plan on jumping on it a second time, but I figure at this point I'm just hoarding, so I should probably use it. Okay, I will use hand fucking made on the inside. And yes, I have all kinds of really fun. I have thousands of pulls, like to the point where I could totally start my own hardware shop if I actually wanted to get rid of anything. But I don't, because I'm like a dragon with a pile of gold. It's mine. Mine. So we've got the enamel ghosties with the kitty and with the heart. And those all came from AFA, of course. And we got the middle finger kitty. We've got the glitter blood droplets. I've got some hatchets that I could have used for this bag, but it's more of an antique silver finish, and I'm using a sharp, shiny silver. I've got some Purple Man. I made a really cool Prince bag a while back. It still hasn't sold that, though, because I don't really market towards Minnesota people, so it doesn't really catch anybody's eye. I will be making more Beetlejuice bags at some point, so I've got a whole collection of enamel sandworms. Got some Merry Creepmas. Those are also from AFA. I've got these little, what are they called? Switch. That shop is closed now. And then I've got these bloody vampire lips. I can't remember where those ones came from. And then the enamel guitars. And then these are enamel cellos, but it's black enamel on a matte black finish, which you can't even tell that they're enamel. It's really weird. But this is my very small enamel collection. I don't collect a lot of them because not a lot of people make them. But I do have those containers that I have those zippers in. When it comes to matte black, gunmetal, bronze, those ones are all 3 bins deep and they're all packed full. And then the other ones, I've got 2 or 3 of some of them. I've got all the finishes. I love me some hardware. Girl, you better get your butt on there and watch Stranger Things. The last season was the best one, in my opinion. But it is a good show. And for those of us who were around in the 80s, it is extremely nostalgic. And when I say extremely, I don't mean, hey, look, they decided to make a movie based in the 80s and it looks like what their fantasy of the 80s is. I mean, it literally takes you back to the 80s. My Prince bag, which is, I can't even remember what pattern it is. It's like, not Betty. Hold on, I'll grab it. This one. And it's that Oro Rosa bucket bag with the divider and everything in it. And I do like it, but I'm not a fan of how this vinyl acts sometimes. I need to take a steamer to it again. But I like it. It's just not what I typically make. It was a strike, but I no longer make strikes that I don't like. So, thank you. Yes, the Bella. That's the one. I knew it started with a B. And I just realized how massive this is going to be. So I'm going to shrink the pocket size. I did not mean to do a full-sized zipper pocket on this one. Like I said, I'm used to making the large version. Let's go. Yeah, I just did way too big of a pocket for these. You don't need to go shopping. Yeah, it was definitely a fun bag to do. It's a little tight on the inside, little tighter than I would like. But that's part of the fun, is trying out new patterns when I'm not making my own. But it's been a while since I've purchased any patterns, and I have no intentions towards buying any more right now. And there's been a lot coming out. Welcome back. Well, I don't know when you disappeared, but all you missed was me showing off a bag and talking about zipper pulls. Oh God, I'm still not used to where everything is in here. I don't like it. I really hope I can go back to the basement. Oh, and now I need to pull off a 1/4 inch or two. I really don't like this thing. Honestly, they market it for double-sided tape, but when you've been spending years manually holding the tape yourself, this thing is just more of a burden than anything. But I do use it at my packing table because I've got this, like, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Hugo amazing vinyl tape, that vinyl tape that sticks to itself that I use on my vinyl rolls. I found something similar, but it actually does have an adhesive on it, but it's a weird kind of adhesive because it doesn't have, like, it's not a sticky residue, but I use it to protect my hardware, or my zipper pulls rather. And occasionally I'll use them on my bag tag, which I forgot to grab one. Let me show you this because, you know, I'm always showing off my new stuff, or my cool stuff rather. All right, so it's a big, bulky thing of this stuff. And you basically take your hardware, it doesn't tear on here very easily. I usually use scissors, but I'll just lay whatever my hardware is and then fold it over. And so now you have a protective shield over your hardware so it doesn't scratch up in shipping. And it peels apart very easily. So fold it over on itself and it just peels right open. You can reuse it. So adhesive, yes. Super sticky, no. I love the stuff. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and see if I can find it, and then I'll like add it to my gadget stuff on my website. But I'll usually just take a little bit and wrap it around non-basic zipper pulls to keep them nice and safe in shipping. I usually don't sit on my double-sided tape. I actually keep it in a drawer right next to me, and it's actually a lot more handy. And I keep opening up the drawer going, damn, where's my freaking tape? And then I have to look up and see, oh, that's right, I transferred it over to that thing because I was going to try and use it for what it was intended for. But it's more of a pain in the ass than anything, so I just don't bother anymore. I usually have extra tape in my drawer, but I used it up, so I had to pull it off of the roll, which is totally fine because I don't like it anyways. I will say, I bought some of that double-sided tape from Lauren a few months ago. The stuff that you can actually tear. I believe it's from Weft and Warp, isn't it? I ran out of it last week and I miss it. So I'm going to have to buy some more, but I'm going to have to buy it in all the sizes that I use. I don't know if there's an 1/8 of an inch or not, but I definitely need to get the 1/4 and a half because I miss tearing the tape. It took a while getting used to tearing it, but now that I had been doing it for the past few months, I miss it being out of it. And which is weird because when I first started sewing and I couldn't afford all the cool stuff, I was getting those big bulk rolls of DST from Amazon, and you can tear those things easily. Problem is the tape is crap. So I went from that straight to this stuff from Wawak and never looked back until I decided to try this stuff from Lauren. And yeah, I need it now. I miss it. I guess I don't really sew as much lately, but right now I do miss it. Which side is the freaking... Okay, that's the lining. Whew. Scared the crap out of me there. Am I going to do... No, you know what? I could say... No. I don't like pockets that small. Screw it. I'll save it. And I'll just do a short pocket on this one. I cannot say that my cats come in and clean themselves in here, because one of my Pomeranians is a violent little brat who chases the cats anytime they come around. So they only roam the house freely when I go to bed and the Pomeranians are in my room. So I don't get them gracing me with their presence. Not anymore. Before we got the other Pom and before we got Saoirse, and after Penny, the terrorizer, was gone, the cats were free roaming the house and absolutely loving it. And, well, I guess even before that, because Cullen would brave running past Penny to come down to the basement. He loved it down there. But Bella didn't really like coming down too often. You think I should just go ahead and add it? I can do that. I'm just thinking because it's a small barrel bag. And I mean, I can't even envision how small it's going to be. Let me grab one of the other ones. All right, so this is the full size. And this is this. Oh, I guess it's not going to be that much smaller, huh? Because after the piping, yeah, I guess I can do a big pocket on it. That's what I'll do. Thank you. That was a strike. Oh God, that's an old bag. That shop is no longer around. I got a lot of stuff that I need to move into the yard sale section on my site because it's just been sitting. I've found that a lot of my customers don't really want the character prints as much unless they are like known horror characters, which is actually handy because that's what this bag is. But they typically, when they order, oh damn, I forgot to widen my stitch length. I was wondering why this was so small. Ugh, no, I can't do that. I usually do a 4 for my top stitching on pockets. I can't do this. It just looks too tiny. Yeah, they typically prefer solid prints or well-known stuff. So that bag's been sitting for a while. Oh, no worries. Ditch away if you have to. Otherwise, you're just sitting here watching me screw up, which is fun, which is one of the things that always takes forever when I make bags. If I could make a bag without a mistake and without my ADHD getting in the way, I could be knocking bags out in like an hour or 2. But me, I'm always over here like, squirrel. Ooh, let me show you a new gadget. Let me show you a bag. Let's go through my hardware. Oh God, I was debating going live the other day when I was going through my hardware because I just built another stand to put hardware overflow in so that I could move all of my hardware next to my machine. But I'm glad that I didn't because I think I probably spent about, I want to say 6 hours just sorting hardware. I have that much hardware. I am not exaggerating when I say I could open my own hardware store. But again, I won't. My precious. Oh, people don't want to buy horror stuff from you. That sucks. I have noticed that for some people, it's more of a seasonal thing. So maybe that's it. Maybe they'd be interested if you were only selling it during spooky season. Which I think kind of sucks because spooky season should be every season in my mind. What are you doing? Ugh, I lost track of which one needs to be pulled through. Damn it. Is it this one? That's this one. Here, look, I'm pulling threads to the back and tying them off. Raise your hand in the comments if you love tying off your stuff in the back. All of my testers are going to unite and murder me. I can tell you right now, if you are not a fan of tying off your threads in the back, you're not going to enjoy the beginning parts of my new pattern. The anchors are done in a way it's mostly decorative. Obviously, everybody can do whatever they want, but the final look is worth it, in my opinion. All right, let's see here. We'll go. about there. All right, so I brought this in a lot. So let's go there. That bobbin's got to go like any second now. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, that was a while ago. I'm so observant. Luckily, I wound 4 bobbins for this bag, even though I think it's probably maybe a 2.5 bobbin bag. This is why I wish I had a 1541. Bigger bobbins. I mean, I guess I could attempt to sew a full bag on my 1341, but I do not like the height. I am not a fan of the height at all. Oh, too far. Oh, whoops. I should have trimmed that before I sewed it up. Oh, well. It's just one more mistake to add to the collection. That's all good. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Guys, I am going to turn this bag out because I do not like the way that it's constructed in the end, because the way the original pattern goes, you sew the entire exterior and then you sew the entire lining, and then you have to match everything up in the top zipper. And I suck at it, so I'm not going to do that. So there's that. And of course it figures I only cut out 2 pocket pieces, so this thing's not getting a second pocket. All right, we're gonna do foam. Oh, I can't find anything in here. Here's my spray foam board. Ooh, you guys have been chatting. Let me catch up here. What? What happened? What did I miss? What am I passing on? Thank you, the Cell Monster. You know, I have no idea why the cylinder arm is so tall. I find that to be quite ridiculous. Even post machines tend to be lower than a cylinder arm, and it's essentially the same thing. I kind of wish that I would have bought a post machine instead. Those are the ones where the arm comes up from the bottom instead of out from the machine itself. So it is what it is. That's what I got. I got to live with it. And yeah, I would, whenever I end up getting a 1541, the 1341 is going to stay. Unless I can find somebody who wants to buy it, in which case then I will just save up and get the Juki version. Now, in the instructions for this one, she has you sew I believe the top of the foam to the top of the bag. But I'm not going to do that because I want to keep the foam out of the zipper space. So I'm just spray basting it down. That's not going anywhere. That's good to go. But I think she says to do like a zigzag stitch or something across the top. I despise using any of my domestic machines. So I do not have a zigzag alternative. I'd love to get a TL machine one day. But I think I'd rather have a 1541 first. And I am half tempted to contact a manufacturer and say, can I design the ultimate bag making industrial machine pretty please? Because, oh my God, there's so many features I would put together into one machine. Like, you know how you can take the front end off of some domestic machines to turn it into a cylinder arm? That would be amazing on something like this. Like, you could have latches in the center, and so you just undo the latches and then like pull off the side of the table, and it would be stable enough to become a cylinder arm, and it would be low enough that it would actually be functional. And I would probably add like a zigzag stitch in there. Oh God, there's so many things that I would want to add. Like, one of the things that I do not like about my 8700, and this is minuscule, is the fact that it only goes up to a 5mm stitch. If I could choose, I would make it go up to about a 6 or a 7, because I do like a 6 for a top stitch. So anytime I actually do use the 1341, which is usually for handles, sometimes top stitching the tops of bags, I will use a 6. I would also want it to be a walking foot machine. While I love my 8700, it still would be handy to have a compound walking foot on it. And I would bump it up to the M-class bobbins. And this is probably the biggest thing that I would do that would make the most impact for all sewists. I would make it so that you could actually attach a spool of thread through the bobbin. Like, have something under the machine where you can put a full-size spool of thread and then feed that through the bobbin, so that like the bobbin will still keep the mechanism going, but the thread would be continuous, so you don't run out of bobbin thread. That would be like a dream come true. Oh, I'm going to do bag feet before I put the rest of the exterior together. And I should probably put the rest of the bottom together too. I remember when I first, that goes on the lining, started bag making. And this is all Lauren's fault, because she was the one who I first found out about bag making from, when I accidentally came across one of her videos. But I remember when I was just a newbie baby maker. I have been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. When I was a baby bag maker, I asked her if she would ever consider designing her own machine. And she laughed. She laughed at that. And here I am thinking, well, it's probably more reachable than anyone would think nowadays, especially with other machine shops starting to come out with their own machines. Like, if you guys did not know, I know that everybody pushes Sunny Sewing, but I am in love with the service from Sewing Gold. They are based out of Chicago, and it is a family run business, and Steve, the owner, is amazing. And right now, he currently has Sewing Gold branded sewing machines. He only has the 1541 and the 1341, but they are significantly cheaper than Juki. I am always telling you to call Steve because he is amazing. I mean, he goes above and beyond for his customers. And if you have an issue, let's say you've got something that comes up with your machine and you can't find a solution on how to fix it anywhere. You scour the internet, you can't find it. You've called machine shops, they can't help you. You're totally clueless, totally lost. You call Steve and say, hey, I'm having this issue with my machine. Can you tell me how to fix it? That man will take his time and go and make you a video on how to fix it and put it on his YouTube channel. He's done that numerous times. If you ever go through his videos, he'll say, hey, this video is for Sandra, who was having this problem with her 8700. And then he'll explain what the issue was and how to correct it. I have never seen a machine shop that does stuff like that. You can smell the glue. Ugh, I can too, and I do not like it. All right, I'm going to mark my centers on here. Well, I guess I don't really need to. Yes, I do, for the bag feet. So I'm going to go... I'm just going to go from here. Oop. There we go. I'll go about 2 inches in, I think. I really hope those are even. Okay, so it's a 5. So go 2.5. That's close enough. I have heard good things about Sailrite. I am not completely sold on them yet, but I will tell you, I do love the fact. Oh, I didn't even grab a purse feed either. I love the fact that I can get a black machine. And I know that's like a crappy reason to pick a machine, but I love the fact that I could get a black machine. And I talked to a Sailrite rep who said I had asked them if it would be possible to get the black legs with the white top, because currently the black legs only come with the what is it called, the chef's block top, the wooden one, and the standard silver legs come with the plywood top. I want the plywood top with the black legs. And they basically said, yeah, you got to buy both tables. So you buy one machine and then you buy the other table, which sucks. But, you know, at least the option is there. That's the important thing. No, I'll do small ones. I also asked if, and this isn't like insider information, it's not like hush hush or anything. I just happened to ask if there was any chance that they were planning on doing cylinder machines. And I was told that that is something that they are looking into doing. So if you love Sailrite machines, hold your breath, because apparently it's in the works, which would be really cool. But because the fabricator is black, I'm guessing their cylinder arm won't be black. Would be cool though. Would definitely fit my aesthetic. But I am through and through a Juki gal. And it's probably because I started off on one and I've never had any issues, no major issues with my Juki. I've had consistent and constant issues with my Thor, but that's okay. I don't use it that much and I managed to fix it. It currently works. So it's no longer a $3,000 paperweight. But me and that machine are definitely frenemies. We are not besties. It's the best reason to get a black machine, right? I'm still debating. I've been going back and forth on painting this one. I might one day. But if I do it, I'm painting the machine black and I'm painting the table white, because I hardly ever use any white hardware, and it would be really sucky to constantly lose matte black hardware on a black table. I think I didn't spray enough glue on here. Starting to get bubbles. I'm gonna have to hit it with the spray again. Right. I want all the black machines. All of them. I do wish that it was easy to take the cover off of the head, because then I would decide that it's totally worth it to buy a, what do you call that system? Oh my God, that is going to bug me. I've got it bookmarked. Let me see here. Powder coating. I want a powder coating setup, because then I could paint all of my presses and not have to worry about the paint chipping. And if the cover came off of a sewing machine easy enough, you could also powder coat the machine and it wouldn't come off. That's the one thing that has prevented me from painting my machine. Well, that and the fact that I'm super lazy and don't feel like hauling it outside is the fact that everybody who I've heard of painting their machines, they all use like spray paint and it chips off. Which I guess, I mean, it makes sense because it's going to chip off anyway, right? So, hello, Molly. Yeah, this is just a little random late night sewing. Working on a strike. That was due yesterday. Well, I guess it's yesterday for me now. It's 1:04 in the morning. But it's hard to get time to do stuff when you are dealing with children and when you've basically had it and decided that you're done adulting for the day. But it needed to get done. So I was like, nope, I'm going to do it tonight. Whoops. That's not pretty. I'm so not used to using, God, these bottles of glue, or these tubes of glue that don't have a nozzle on them. Ugh. I just get it everywhere. Oh, great. It's one of those tops that never screws all the way down. Get in there. Damn it. Ugh. The joys of being clumsy and messy. there's so much glue on the surface of this table. Okay. Ugh, I don't know why I got so focused on bag feet. It's like easy. But of course I get glue everywhere because that's what I do. Oh, bye-bye, whatever the hell that was that just fell. Oh, pro tip. This is one that you vinyl users will probably enjoy. I am cleaning this off, also protecting it. I highly recommend get yourself some vinyl protectant. This is just one that you can get off of Amazon, but this is the kind of stuff that they will put on like leather seats and vinyl seats in vehicles that will provide extra UV protection and make the material last longer. And a few months ago, I started wiping down all of my vinyl bags with it. And so I'll just wipe it on, which will also help get rid of any marks that are all over the fabric, and let it sit and dry. And you can get it in wipe form. I actually have this one from one of my vehicles that the dealership gave me, which is one that you put it onto a cloth and then wipe on. I was using that, but I think that the pre-moistened wipes work a lot better. It does, however, if you don't like shiny, it does make your vinyl a little bit shinier. But again, I think the protection outweighs the shine. So while that is going, I'm going to go back to the lining for a moment. And I'm going to baste this foam to the lining. Yes, it does come in sprays as well. I have been using foam on my bag bottoms lately because when you do a drop-in or a turnout, it helps to keep your bag bottom spread out because saggy lining sucks. Whoops. That just went right off the rail. Clips are your friends, right? Close enough. It's all gonna get stitched right into the seam allowance anyway. Where the heck? There you are. This one is called Aerospace Protectant Ultimate UV Protection. It's by 303. It doesn't say anything about it being clear, but it does dry clear. In fact, if you want to buy it from Amazon, there's the code. Nope, that's not gonna. You could screenshot that and just scan it or type it in and get the exact one. I believe it's 40. Yeah, 40 wipes. It does say you want to keep using it multiple times, but unless you're going to tell customers to buy it and do it themselves, I only do it the once. And I'm going to do a double zipper on here. If the zipper wants to cooperate. Now it's being rude. Come on now. Could just install both like normal, but I don't like doing that. Some zippers are more cooperative than others when I try to install them backwards. Let me try the other side. Oh, I heard you pop open. Come on now. There we go. Ugh, I need to clean the filter on my fish tank. Every few seconds, it sounds like someone peeing into a toilet. Gross. I have not tried Armor All, and if there's a matte one, I'm going to have to look. But yeah, that will do the same thing. Yeah, anything that says that it's got UV protection that's made for vinyl or leather is what you want to use. That black bottle that I showed, that one is for my leather car seats. But I decided to get the 303 because it says vinyl specifically on it. Even though I'm sure that the leather one will do the same thing. I just decided maybe I'd save it for my car, and then I never used it because I'm smart like that. All right, so this is going to be interesting. I am trying to put this bag together in a way that not only is it going to be turnout, but it's also going to be I'm going to try and put it together in a different way than I normally would. Fingers crossed it works. And I also forgot to install a bag tag. Or no, a bag tag. Gotta do the stereotypical Minnesotan accent. I can't remember what I was watching the other day, but somebody was talking about the way Minnesotans pronounce the A sound. We say bags instead of bag. I usually say bag, but I think it sounds funny. Bags. I'm a bag maker. My accent is not as strong as a lot of people think it would be. And I need to clean this off because it's got residue. Oh, damn. I'm going to have to go to Dollar Tree tomorrow. don't have anything going on except all 3 of my dogs have to go to the groomers, which means I'm going to get about 3 hours of peace and quiet with no damn dogs barking. I got a Dollar Tree right down the street. Definitely need to go. I also want to see if they're getting any of the Halloween stuff, because a lot of people are talking about how Dollar Tree is getting their Halloween stuff. I need year-round decor, damn it. In case you're curious, I do not use like metal polish. I can't stand the smell of that stuff. Anything that's used to polish metal. So I will use pure acetone to wipe any residue off of my hardware. And then I use isopropyl alcohol to get rid of the acetone. And then I'll just buff it with a piece of fabric. It's I keep wanting to call it felt. It's not felt. It's I know one of you knows. What is that called? The fuzzy stuff. I should know what it's called. I got a buttload of it. And I use it to build stuff or sew stuff for my rats. Oh, dang, I missed a whole spot. No, it's not microfiber. What is it called? That's going to bug me. What is it called? Oh my God. Fleece. That's what it is. It's fleece. Fleece is actually really good at wiping down a lot of stuff. So I don't sew with it anymore other than my rat stuff. But I do cut it up into scraps to wipe down my photo booth and my hardware. Sometimes I use it on bags. Hey, Brittany. I was going to go to bed, but I decided to be productive because I'm not lately. Oh, nope. You know what? I can't put that on yet. I forgot the whatchamacallit. Trim. Tell me you need to go to bed without telling me you need to go to bed. That's okay. I like my duckbills better anyway. Scrunchies. That would be a good. Do you do conventions? Because if you're doing shows, scrunchie's probably a good quick seller. Pop them on the table for like $2. I don't think my machine could withstand fabric thin enough for scrunchies. Those would be fun to make though. Oh. Well, you could make a bunch and donate them or give them away as gifts. I guess I can't fathom how people who don't sell don't like. I mean, like, how do you get rid of stuff? If you sew a lot, do you just use it for personal use or do you actually give it away? Or if I kept everything that I made, I would be well past divorce court. My husband is very happy that I actually get rid of them. Oh. That's another thing that I got to do if I ever go back to the basement. I want to get rid of the carpet. Oh, I can't stand rolling this chair around on carpet. Oh, well, that sucked. Dang it. can't get close enough to the proper seam allowance on a curve with this foot. Oh, there you go. That's a great way to get rid of it. Pawn it all off on the kids. I tried doing that when I first started bag making. And my daughter tried to claim almost every bag I made. And the only one I've ever seen her use is this really crappy little one that I did. She took it with her to prom. I was definitely not happy with it, but she liked it enough. Probably because I used a silver vinyl, so it was shiny. Actually, no. I gave her a sling bag last week when she went to North Carolina with her dad because he didn't want to shove all of her crap into his. So that's 2 bags of mine that she's actually used. And then she has, God, when I first started, I made a lot of Lola's because, come on, because I wanted to practice my zippers. And she claimed every single one. And they are now laying in a pile, spilling out of paper bags on the floor in my husband's office. That looks much better. Okay, that's going to be the front. Yeah, I'm addicted to organizing stuff too. I have a lot of organizers. Almost to the point where I think it's probably a hobby as well. And while I'm thinking of hardware that needs to be installed before I actually put the rest of the bag together, I should probably also install my anchors. There we go. Now I need to find out where the anchors are placed on this thing. Okay. Oh, that's right. I lined it up. I don't need to mark my centers. I'll do it anyway. All right, where's... Two, okay. Thank you. It'll look even better once I get all the hardware on here. Okay. All right. Now I am going to use the I'm using the anchor plates from my Mormino hardware, only because the rest of these didn't come with any. But I'm not using the Mormino hardware in here because I want to use that for a larger, more durable bag. Or rather, a larger bag that needs more durability, more strength. Because hers are definitely better than these ones from AliExpress. Oh, that's all. Okay, so that's like right centered. No worries. Have a good night. I'll chat with you later. I love that this directional print has pretty much perfect lines. Makes lining up the hardware a lot easier. Sometimes you get a repeat that's just perfect. And in case anybody is interested, this print will be available at JJ's/JNR Edwards. I don't know why I didn't think to plug that when she was still in the chat. Oh, hold on one sec here. Just want to check message really quick. All right, there we go. She's been trying to watch her show for a while. So good. They both need to go and get some sleep after watching Criminal Minds. Let's see, what time is it? 1:48. So I think, how long have I been live? Are you kidding me? 3 damn hours. Okay. Yeah, I think at 2 o'clock, I'm going to call it a night. Only for the simple fact that my son will be crawling into bed with me after he eats breakfast with his dad. And if I'm not asleep when he does, he's going to keep me awake. And I'm not going to get any sleep. Luckily, though, I do not have to go anywhere tomorrow except pick up the dogs from the groomers, which is a 5-minute drive down the road. And if I really, really need to... Oh, are you kidding me? Are these smaller? What the hell? I really don't want to use these on this one because it's such a small bag. Oh. Yeah, Lauren's are bigger. And I just use the plates. All right. Oh, well. I guess I'm using them. At least I know where to get more. They are better quality anyway. And Dollar Tree, you are such an enabler. I think Lowell Man will love going to Dollar Tree. Especially if they have anything Halloween out yet. I don't think they do. Because you said that it doesn't hit until September? Didn't you look it up yesterday? Was it like the end of July, or was it August or September? End of August. Okay. So there's really no point in me going. Unless I want to buy cones and then order skulls from Amazon. Yeah, there we go. Those will fit. Oh, I could probably hit Bath and Body Works. Because we've got one over in our outlet mall. And I'm pretty sure that they've got stuff out physically in the store. Since when I was looking at the website, it said I could pick stuff up in store. Getting glue everywhere. I am hoping that I can get stuff from Marshall's soon here, because they tend to be really slow on getting anything Halloween out here. And I don't know why. It's not fair. Yeah, that's one of my wants. But I kind of also want the pink house. So I need to debate that one. I mean, the bat, no question, will look perfect in my bathroom. But I don't know where I would put the house. It's really cute. And I need to stock up on my vampire blood. I only have like 2 bottles that are like 3/4 full. So I need to get some more. I don't go through it very fast, but I like to stash it underneath the sink. I don't think I saw the cauldron. I'll have to take another look. Ow. I also really want to take a trip out to Michael's. And if I was not already so drained today, we could have stopped on our way home because we literally drove right by it. But it's weird, every time we go out there, I get so drained after therapy that all I want to do is get home and put on my slippers. Why did I grab my fabric scissors? Nobody saw that. All right. I think I still have like a minute and a half, so I'm going to get the zipper attached on these two. All right, just a quick baste. didn't add tape yet. One of these days, I'm going to have to pick a pattern that uses no hardware and see how long it takes me to sew. I could probably do the Ethel, since that one doesn't have like a zipper closure or anything, and I could just do a couple of slip pockets on the inside. See how long it takes me to sew a hardwareless Ethel. That would be interesting, because I typically attach the handles on the exterior, but I believe the original pattern is the handles are sewn into between the exterior and lining. Oh, geez. I don't know about doing 5 in a day. I could do a bunch of greedies, but they all have hardware, and there's card slots, so that would make it even longer. But if I did a simplified greedy with just the magnets and D-rings, maybe that would work. I don't know. Hello, Rosa. I am working on a Blanche barrel bag. But once I get the other side of the exterior and lining attached to the zipper, I am going to call it a night, because I have been sewing for 3 hours. 3 hours and 19 minutes live. I must be making up for lost time. Nah, I'm going to use my other foot. I want the top stitching to look nice. Oh, got a little bit of E6000 on there, which comes off easily enough with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I think DST slows me down too. So maybe if I do a hardwareless bag with no DST and no distractions, I wonder how long that would take me. I know that I did, what was it? The Alice by Lacus Designs. When I did the marathon, I believe that one took me like an hour and a half, which is actually really fast for me. Oops, I'm about to lose my zippers. Where the heck did I put my tape? There it is. Oh, not that one. Yeah, I sew quite slow, actually. And it doesn't help that I'm a little bit out of practice right now. Everything's trying to get caught up on the machine. How rude. All right, so my thought process on this is that I'm going to add the bag bottom and then add the sides. Then on this side, add the bag bottom, but leave one side open, add the sides, turn it right side out, close up the bottom, and then seal up the pocket. So that is if my brain is functioning properly and I'm doing this accurately. I just really have not had a lot of luck with trying to put this bag together the way the instructions say. My very first one, it was a, what was it? It was Sam from Trick or Treat. It was like a purplish bag. I ended up keeping it for myself and trying to line up, like once the bag is completed, you can only open it so far. And then you have to attach, you attach the zipper to the exterior first. And then once the entire outside of the bag is done, you drop in the lining, and then you have to try and line up the lining on the other side of the zipper. And then once that's lined up, you've got the entire thing completely loose. You have to somehow top stitch around the entire opening on the completed bag, but like there's tabs on the sides, I think. And so you have to somehow maneuver your entire bag around this tiny little opening on each side. And it just, everything went wonky and it was a complete disaster. And I made a second one trying to do that again. And then I said, never again. I'm not going to do it that way. And then I can't remember how I did it the third time. I think I may have bound it. But on this one, I wanted to try turnout style to see if it works. And so far it's coming together the way I see it in my head. So that's a good thing. But I do see some glue peeking out. Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful bag. I love the way it looks when it's done properly. It's just really hard for me to maneuver around the zipper as the last step. And I'm just getting glue everywhere. Thank you, Rosa. I think once I get all of the promo shots done, I might end up cleaning it up a little bit in Photoshop. And if it's really that much of a mess, then I guess I will be using a barrel bag again. The big one is really roomy. I liked using that one. All right. So I'm going to call it a night. And I think maybe I can come back during the daytime tomorrow if Brittany's not. No, Brittany won't be live, will she? Because she's got Liz and maybe even Beth visiting, right? I think so. So, yep. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop for the night. And I will see if there is an open window to randomly show up again tomorrow to finish it. So, thanks for popping in and hanging out. And I will hopefully see you back tomorrow. And if not, then sometime soon after that, because I'm going to try to get back into doing lives again. And hopefully I'll get some other pre-recorded stuff out. So, good night.